Hey y'all, Jessica at Pretty Prints and Paper. Today I am here to talk about my Traveler's Notebook setup. As you know, I use this Foxy Notebook as my main bullet journal that I carry with me everywhere, and inside I usually use May Designs notebooks. I love them, the covers are fun, and Kelly partnered with them to make covers to fit them exactly. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of that today and a little bit of how I used my bullet journal last month and how I'm going to set it up for the upcoming month and how I did that. As you know, Foxy Fix is one of my favorite things, so I am overjoyed to share this with you. This cover is gorgeous. I saw the purple and I had to have it. It is one of my favorite colors. I just transitioned over from this teal Foxy. The leather is very different on this. So you can see, I'll just do a little bit of a comparison, right? So this is a simple, just cover, and it's very, it's pliable, but it's still pretty sturdy, which is why I liked it. And plus the sheen on it feels a little bit like an acrylic-y, but it's still leather, right? So it was resistant to all the things that I would probably spill on it, coffee included. But I transitioned over to this, and it is so soft. That's the first thing that you'll notice about it, is how soft it is. I'll just move this aside for now, and let me show you this cover. Right away, what I noticed about it was just how supple and soft this leather is. You can see how pliable and smooth it is. It's softer even than, I think, the Rowena leather, so it's just super smooth feeling. And on the spine, they have that reinforcement with the spine there. I have my name in the gold embossing, which is beautiful. There's the stitching around the edges. There's a pen loop on it, these pockets, and you can see kind of how bendy it is. That's how soft the leather is. I don't know how it's gonna hold up for me because I'm pretty rough with my leather and I'm pretty rough with my journal. So I'll let you know how that goes. But if I have 4 May Designs notebooks in here, it is perfect. Has a little bit of that spacing here for the pen, so there's no overhang on that. All I can say is just how soft this is. It's so soft. Okay, so it's meant to fit 3 to 4 May Designs notebooks inside. I'm actually only going to use 3 for the weight. So if I take out the 4th one, then here's how that looks. There's space, a little bit of a gap, but honestly, the weight of it will be really nice. Right? I'm so excited for these. The pen loop, if you were curious, you can easily put, this is a micron, into here. I also tried putting like a lamy in there. A little more difficult pushing that in, and it gets to here. So if you wanted to know that, or if you use an ink joy, that easily fits into there. Ta-da! No show. So in case you were curious about that. So the last month in my bullet journal, look how beautiful that is. It just fits right in here. I've been using 3 inserts mainly from May Designs, and this first one is my planning insert, which you see all the time on Instagram. This one has my lists and shit, where I keep just a running list of a bunch of things that I want to refer to from time to time, like my health and just random stuff like that. And then this last one is for my blog, so whenever I have meetings with my colleagues, when we talk about the shop, this is where that goes. And in my pockets, I'm putting some stickers, this poem that my friend gave to me that I've been referring a lot to. And this is kind of cool. So like, this is a journaling card. I think I'm gonna put just like a little mantra in here or something, just as a quick reference or reminder. Got a stamp, have my business card in here. We'll see where this goes. I'm super excited about it. The last month in my bullet journal, I usually do a little flip through. It's been a while. just to show you how it actually gets used. Some people, you know, I show you at the beginning, but I never show you afterwards. So here's just how it actually went. From September, I love seeing the gratitude log filled out. I actually love this layout so much because the gray highlighter is so nice. It took me a long time to find this layout because I experimented so much, and now it's finally like gotten to this point. You'll notice that like I'm not really hung up on having my weekends be empty. Usually I know what it is I have to do, so I don't even need to write it down. Remembering that the bullet journal is for you to use as a tool, right? So if I need to remember things, I put it down in here. But if I don't need help remembering things, then I don't. That's all there is to it, right? And these are just Tombow, really, really light colored Tombows that I use as highlighters. And if you don't know, this part are my tasks. And I use this dotted line to separate my top 3 tasks for the day. Like if nothing else, make sure you do this. And then I fill in my tasks and events and moments throughout the day. I talk about this in my post about self-care, and not only do I track the things that I want to get done, but I also track some of the things that I got done that weren't on my list, and the moments throughout the day that I want to remember, like, oh, I don't remember that my shop opened this day. Like, that's worth noting. It's not just about the tasks I do, but it's about just those other moments as well. This is my gratitude log, or a highlight log of something notable about that day. And then these are my expenses. So I can quick jot that down as we go, because I tried keeping these things separate on a separate log, and as you could probably guess, I did not do them. So out of sight, out of mind is something that works on me. So I try to incorporate it into my structure so that I actually do it, and it works for me. I started using Crayola Super Tips to add some color. I love color. It changes the dynamic of the week for me and it keeps time moving. I just love being able to change the color. And then, oh, messed up. Turn the page. So another set of monthly things, again with the color. You can see that grading has started to kick up in here. Some things are blank because life. Still grading. Okay, and then that was the end of this notebook before I transitioned into this notebook. When I have empty, or when I'm done using notebooks, I keep them because it's kind of like not like a scrapbook, but a nice memoir for me. And I don't know who will get them later, but it's kind of just nice for now to know that I can go back to them and see what my life was like at this time, because life is crazy, y'all. It's kind of nice to go back and see. This was last week. Here we are going into November. I am keeping with this monthly grid. I never used to use them, but now that there's a couple Instagram challenges that I'm doing, I use this, and I use the Foxy Fix clear stamps. They're not so clear anymore because I've used them quite a bit, but I bought this acrylic block, and then I got the stamps from Foxy Fix, and you peel them off the thing and you put them on this block. The cool thing is, because they're clear, you can see where it is you're stamping. I mean, ideally, right? You can see how crooked my boxes are. But I just use a stamping pad, put it on here, and line it up. That's all. I'm still a visual person. The list thing doesn't work for me, so it's nice to have it in a grid. And then I can see, I pull the prompts from the challenges that I'm participating in. I don't do them all. Like, I don't feel pressure to do them every single day. I pull out the ones that I feel like doing and put them in here, and I reference it from time to time to be like, oh, I can do that. I also used a really, really light Tombow to do the numbers in the background. Just a really easy way to add some flair for that. And then I also did some brush lettering here. Don't feel like you have to do that. It's one of my hobbies, so that's what I do. I do a video on shading your calligraphy if you want to check that out and do that for yourself. Another example of how I messed up and didn't like it, so I just turned the page and tried again. Not mad about it. But here is my usual monthly log, and that is a combination of a brush pen here. I used a tiny, tiny micron pen here. And I just did some slight categorization because the spirit of Writer's system is that you can rapid log, so you can quickly get your thoughts down. But knowing me, I like to have things in a little bit of a compartment. So I just do really loose categories. So I can still rapid log, but have some semblance of order to it. So that's how I keep true to that spirit of the system. Slight categorization here. I added this section because there's so many things that pop into my brain of like, oh yeah, I gotta do that someday. So I just added a section. Whatever it is that you get hung up on throughout the month or throughout the week or throughout your day, try to incorporate that into your system and it'll flow a little bit better if you're usually scrambling for a piece of paper for what. So try to use those as cues to say, oh right, I should probably incorporate this somehow. That's how my system wants to work, so make it work. Projects, I like to have hexagons everywhere. 2, I really like categorizing my projects because I usually think about the category and then be like, oh, yep, and then I gotta do this, 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 and this. So this helps me kind of categorize that. These are my priority projects. These are my other projects for the month. I'm trying to leave some white space because a month is a long time and things will emerge and I will be able to plop those into there. Okay. This is this week. I've continued using Crayola Super Tips. I wasn't like out on the bandwagon for a while and then I was like, fine, there's like 50 of them for like $10. And so I finally did it and it's been really, really fun to have the option for color. It doesn't take me very long, but you'll see this week, I usually have that weekly that has like the 5 days across, right? And I usually divide it up pretty evenly. But here's what I love about the bullet journal is that I can adapt it. So because this week I'm going to a conference, there's not too much stuff that I'm going to do at this conference in terms of like tasks the way I normally would. And so knowing that I'm traveling the rest of this week, I just adjusted my boxes because I know I'm going to do a lot these next 2 days. So adjusted it for that. And that's the beauty of the flexibility, right? You literally draw out what you need. So I adjusted it. I use the super tips at the top, use my white Uniball Signal. This isn't the mystery. Everybody always wants to know how I do these white headers. This is a Uniball Signal broad tip. I've not had as much success with other white pens in the past. So added that in, added the dotted line for my top 3 of the day, and then my gratitude log, and now I'm realizing I forgot my expense log. Well, c'est la vie. Again, here's again with the loose categorization so I can quick throw things down and be able to find it really quickly. It's like organizing a house. I finally have a spot for the things in my house and I can quick reference them when I need to. If you have projects that have multiple pieces, like I grade, right? And so whatever that looks like for you, I put a little circle for every single person that I have to grade, not because I like want to be overwhelmed looking at this, but because I want to feel like I am making progress, right? So my friend did these circles and I really like that. The squares are really menacing, so I just changed it up to circles when I looked at that. And then this stamp here, this last stamp, this habit tracker, I haven't filled in yet because I want to really think about what habits I want to track for November before I commit to writing them down. This stamp is from Atelier Dreams on Etsy if you're interested in getting one of those. That's really worked much better for me than doing like a daily tracker or a monthly tracker. God knows I'm not going to flip to that page. So that's what I am doing for this month, and I'll probably do the same kind of weekend thing coming back. But every week I spend a little bit of time sitting down at the beginning of the week, Sunday, and doing this, yes, totally takes time. And yes, I could be getting more stuff done in that time, but remembering that that's not necessarily what this is for to me. I wrote a post about this a week or 2 ago about why the bullet journal isn't to get more stuff done in my life. I use that time every Sunday to get an overview of my week. I pull up my Google Calendar, see what is on my plate, what are the meetings I've committed to, what are the tasks that I then need to prepare to be ready for those appointments and meetings, what is the arc of my time, It helps me get a bird's eye view of what's coming, so I have a better sense of what to prioritize. And that's where I'm going to spend my energy and my heartbeats. Getting that overview allows me to do things like decide when I'm going to work out. When is the time that I have to prioritize my health? And then when is my time to, hang out with people? Where are the spaces that I can make time for the things that are important to me? And then also, do I have food? What am I eating? What's going on? So getting that overview is really helpful for me, not only just to get work done, but get the right work done. That's the goal for me. So getting that overview, and not even that it's really super structured. People look at my journal and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so planned out. And it's not in that rigid kind of way. Actually, knowing what's on my plate allows me to be more adaptable to what emerges, because I know what's on my plate and I know what I can move and where to move it to. And so being able to arrange and rearrange has been really helpful for me, and making space for things like when students want to have a one-to-one with me in the moment, or when there's an emergent task that shows up. I know what it is that I can move around and what I can do. So that's what I do every Sunday. And it takes time, but it gives back time throughout the week, and allows me to prioritize where I need to prioritize. So that's what I got for you today. I hope that you're having some good luck revamping your system for November, December, what have you. That takes a lot of work, and I applaud you for that, but that's the joy of the system, right? So what are you doing for November? What are your favorite tips and tricks for planning and getting the most out of this tool for living your life? I would love to know in the comments below. If you liked this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, whatever. I just hope that you enjoy it. I will see you next time. Bye.